Good evening. A major international controversy is unfolding tonight as world leaders across multiple continents react with fury and disbelief to remarks made by former U.S. President Donald Trump that many are calling a fatal insult to global diplomacy. What began as a political statement aimed at energizing supporters has now escalated into a serious diplomatic crisis, with governments warning that such rhetoric risks long-term damage to international relations and global stability. The comments, delivered during a public appearance, quickly spread across global media platforms, triggering immediate responses from foreign ministries, heads of state, and international organizations. Leaders describe the remarks as reckless, inflammatory, and deeply disrespectful, especially at a time when global tensions remain high due to ongoing conflicts, economic uncertainty, and fragile alliances. Diplomats say the language used was not merely controversial, but crossed a threshold that undermines decades of diplomatic norms. European leaders were among the first to respond publicly. Senior officials from several NATO countries expressed outrage, emphasizing that alliances are built on trust, mutual respect, and careful communication. One foreign minister stated that words spoken by influential political figures carry global consequences, warning that dismissive or hostile rhetoric can destabilize relationships that have taken generations to establish. Another European leader described the remarks as an insult not just to one nation, but to the principles of cooperation and respect that underpin the international order. In Asia, reactions were equally severe. Government spokespersons from multiple countries issued formal statements condemning the comments and urging responsible political discourse. Analysts in the region warned that such rhetoric fuels mistrust and emboldens hardline positions, making diplomatic solutions more difficult. One senior Asian diplomat noted that while disagreements between nations are inevitable, public insults from global figures only deepen divisions and complicate peace efforts. Middle Eastern leaders also weighed in, with several officials calling the remarks provocative and dangerous. In a region already marked by conflict and sensitive power balances, leaders stressed that careless language can inflame tensions and provoke unintended consequences. One official stated that global leaders have a responsibility to reduce tensions, not amplify them for political gain. The statement emphasized that inflammatory comments can quickly translate into real-world instability. International organizations responded with rare bluntness. Representatives from diplomatic bodies and global institutions expressed concern that the remarks undermine international cooperation at a critical moment. One spokesperson emphasized that respectful dialogue is essential for addressing shared challenges such as security threats, climate change, and economic instability. Without diplomatic restraint, they warned, global problem-solving becomes nearly impossible. Back in Washington, reactions were mixed but intense. Some political figures condemned the remarks outright, arguing that they damage America's reputation abroad and weaken its moral authority. Others attempted to downplay the controversy, framing the comments as political rhetoric rather than official policy. However, foreign policy experts largely rejected that argument, pointing out that Trump remains a highly influential global figure, whose words still carry significant weight on the world stage. Former diplomats and national security analysts appeared across news networks, warning that the fallout could extend far beyond headlines. Many argued that even as a former president, Trump's statements are interpreted internationally as reflective of American political sentiment. This, they say, complicates diplomatic efforts by current U.S. officials who must now reassure allies and partners that cooperation and mutual respect remain priorities. Public reaction around the world has been swift and emotional. Protests erupted in several cities, with demonstrators condemning what they view as disrespectful and dehumanizing language. Social media platforms were flooded with criticism, as hashtags condemning the remarks trended globally. Influential commentators and journalists described the incident as another example of how political rhetoric can ignite international outrage in the digital age. Supporters of Trump, however, defended the comments, arguing that he was speaking bluntly and challenging what they see as diplomatic hypocrisy. They claim that strong language resonates with voters, frustrated by global institutions and foreign entanglements. Critics counter that bluntness is not an excuse for insults that risk diplomatic fallout and global instability. As the backlash intensified, foreign ministries summoned U.S. ambassadors for explanations, a clear sign of diplomatic strain. Such actions, while often symbolic, signal deep displeasure and can mark the beginning of prolonged tensions between governments. Analysts say these moves underscore how seriously the remarks were taken at the highest levels. The White House and State Department moved quickly to distance current U.S. policy from the comments, reaffirming commitments to alliances and international cooperation. Officials emphasized that the United States continues to value respectful engagement with partners worldwide. Still, experts note that damage control in diplomacy can take months or even years, especially when trust has been shaken. This incident also raises broader questions about the role of political speech in an interconnected world. In an era of instant communication, a single statement can reverberate across continents. Within minutes, world leaders are increasingly judged not only by their policies, but by their words, and missteps can carry enormous consequences. As global tensions rise, many observers are asking whether this episode will have lasting effects on international relations, or fade as another controversy in a crowded news cycle. What is clear, however, is that the reaction has exposed deep sensitivities and fractures in the global political landscape. Allies and adversaries alike are watching closely, gauging what this moment reveals about the future of global leadership. For now, the story continues to evolve. Diplomatic channels remain active, statements are still being issued, and the global response shows no sign of slowing. Whether this incident becomes a turning point or a warning ignored remains to be seen. One thing is certain: words matter, and in global politics, they can carry consequences far beyond their original intent. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay engaged, and we'll continue to bring you the latest developments as this story unfolds.